Who's the real HU?
Howard University is the real HU.
Hampton University.
Howard University, for sure.
HU? You know?
Who is the real HU? Join us as we dive into the fierce, friendly rivalry between Howard University and Hampton University. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button. From epic football showdowns to iconic alumni, find out what fuels this age-old battle and why it's more than just bragging rights. Get ready to discover who truly reigns supreme in the ultimate clash of the HBCUs. Two historic powerhouses, one legendary question. Who is the real HU? It depends. Are you walking through the chocolate city when you ask the question? Or are you further down the Mason-Dixon line? Whether you're an HBCU alum or not, you have an opinion about the mighty Howard and Hampton universities. But did you know that both universities were founded by Civil War generals? Howard University was founded on March 2, 1867 in Washington, D.C. by Washington War General Oliver O. Howard, who was also the commissioner of the Freedmen's Bureau. Howard University was established in the aftermath of the Civil War during the Reconstruction era to provide education to African Americans, particularly freed slaves, who had been systemically denied educational opportunities. The university was envisioned as a place where Black Americans could receive a comprehensive education, ranging from elementary to professional schooling. Initially, Howard University began as a theological seminary to train African American clergymen. However, it quickly expanded its mission to include a liberal arts education and professional programs. By the end of its first year, it had enrolled over 150 students and offered courses in various disciplines. In 1868, the university opened its medical department, which is one of the first of its kind to admit Black students. However, in this friendly rivalry, we can say Howard University is the first HU. Down in the heart of Virginia, Hampton University was founded a year later, in 1868, by General Samuel Chapman Armstrong. General Armstrong was a Union Army officer and head of the Freedmen's Bureau in Virginia. He established the university in Hampton, Virginia, because he was inspired by his work with freed slaves and his belief in the transformative power of education. In its early years, Hampton focused on teaching vocational skills and providing basic education to former slaves. The curriculum included manual labor, moral education, and academic subjects, reflecting Armstrong's belief in the Hampton model of education, which emphasized self-help, discipline, and practical skills. Both men envisioned their institutions as places where newly freed African Americans could receive practical education and training. Both universities made it their point to prepare African American students for self-sufficiency and leadership within their communities. Historically Black colleges and universities, better known as HBCUs, are hubs for Black culture. These institutions, which span over the country, have produced some of the brightest and best among the Black community. And two of the greatest producers are Howard and Hampton. Howard University is responsible for such forces as Chadwick Boseman, Kamala Harris, Toni Morrison, Zora Neale Hurston, and David Driscoll. Hampton has birthed game changers such as Ruth E. Carter, Wanda Sykes, Mary Jackson, and NBA Hall of Famer Rick Mahorn. Many refer to Howard University as the Black Harvard. The mighty university has had a profound impact on Black Americans since its inception. Howard became a central institution for the education and advancement of African Americans, producing many of the nation's Black doctors, lawyers, educators, and other professionals. Its existence offered a beacon of hope and a tangible path for social mobility and empowerment for African Americans during periods of intense racial discrimination and segregation. Howard has been pivotal as a breeding ground and meeting place for just about every major Black movement, including the Civil Rights Movement. Many of its students and faculty members were actively involved in the fight for racial equality. The university's law school was instrumental in changing segregation laws and other forms of institutional racism. Some of the university's most notable contributions came from the students and staff who came through their law school. One of those professors was Charles Hamilton Houston. Charles was a towering figure in the fight for civil rights in America. As a lawyer, educator, and civil rights activist, Houston laid the groundwork for the dismantling of segregation and the advancement of equality. A native Washingtonian, after becoming the first Black editor of the Harvard Law Review, Charles Hamilton brought his expertise to Howard, joining the university's School of Law in 1929. At Howard, he transformed the law school into a powerhouse for civil rights advocacy, training a generation of Black lawyers dedicated to challenging segregation and discrimination. Among his students was Thurgood Marshall, who would later become the first African-American Supreme Court justice. Under his leadership, Howard became ground zero for the architects that created a legal strategy that culminated in the landmark Supreme Court decision in Brown v. Board of Education in 1954, which declared state laws establishing separate public schools for black and white students as unconstitutional. Professor Charles Hamilton Houston is often referred to as the man who killed Jim Crow, and he did most of the work on Howard's campus. Want to see more HBCU content? Let us know in the comments below. Howard University's impact on the civil rights movement extended beyond the courtroom. Stokely Carmichael, a prominent figure in the Black Power movement, was a product of Howard University. The campus itself was a hotbed of activism, hosting rallies, meetings, and speeches by prominent civil rights leaders. Carmichael, later known as Kwame Ture, was a leader in the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. He voiced his advocacy for racial pride, economic empowerment, and the creation of political and cultural institutions for black people. Howard has a storied history of being a cultural and intellectual hub for black Americans. It has been a center for black scholarship, culture, and political thought, influencing the broader African American community and the nation. But don't get it twisted. Hampton has been putting in work for the rights of all people too. The mighty Hampton University has a historically significant role in black American activism. One of Hampton's most famous alumni is Booker T. Washington. A name that is synonymous with perseverance, education, and leadership, Booker T. Washington was one of the most influential African American figures of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He was also one of the most impactful people of his time, including being an advisor to multiple presidents. Born into slavery, Booker T. Washington's educational journey began at Hampton, which at the time was known as the Hampton Normal and Agricultural Institute. It was the institute's emphasis on practical skills and moral character that deeply influenced Washington's future educational philosophy. At Hampton, and throughout his secondary education, Washington grew to believe that economic self-reliance and practical education were the keys to improving the lives of African Americans. With that philosophy intact, Booker T. Washington went on to be a founder at another historically black college, the Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama. Booker T. Washington's lasting impact was molded during his time at the mighty Hampton University. Other impactful voices for the fight for equality rose from the campus as well. Figures such as Ruth J. Simmons, who went on to become the first African-American president of an Ivy League institution at Brown University, and Alonzo G. Moran, who served as a president of Hampton and was an advocate for civil rights and social justice. Simmons and Moran were among the university students who were at the forefront of civil rights activism. They helped organize and participated in protests, sit-ins, and freedom rides, often collaborating with students from other historically black colleges and universities. These activities were part of a larger movement to challenge segregation and demand equal rights. Hampton University also played a crucial role through the Hampton University Ministers Conference, which has been held annually since 1914. This conference brought together African American clergy from across the country, serving as a platform for discussing civil rights issues and strategies for social change. The university hosted several prominent civil rights leaders, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who visited the campus and spoke to students and faculty. These visits were significant in galvanizing the university community and connecting Hampton to the broader national movement for civil rights. Both universities have continuously served as hubs for advocacy, a meeting place for the greatest young black minds to gather, plot, and plan. A place where higher education, black excellence, and culture collides. Both HUs have served as a breeding ground for local advocacy, intellectual grappling, and the development of guiding principles for those who will go on to lead the minds of many. Now, what about the fun stuff? Who has the best homecoming? The best band? Those questions alone could start friendly squabbling. But let's take it there, starting with sports. The rivalry between Howard University and Hampton University is both storied and multifaceted. Rooted in their shared missions of empowering African American communities through education, this rivalry spans athletic competitions, academic achievements, and cultural significance. Despite their competitive spirit, both institutions play crucial roles in uplifting and supporting each other. Athletic competitions, particularly in football and basketball, are a significant aspect of the rivalry between Howard and Hampton. Known as the Battle of the Real HU, these games draw large crowds and foster a sense of pride and camaraderie among students, alumni, and supporters. The football rivalry is especially intense, with games often held during homecoming events, adding to the excitement and the spectacle. These matchups are highly anticipated and celebrated, showcasing the athletic talents of both universities. Their on-field rivalry dates back to 1908 when Hampton won 6-0. Overall, the two storied programs have met 98 times, with Hampton beating Howard 56 of those times. Historically, Hampton has produced better on-the-field talent. The Hampton Pirates have claimed 7 national titles and have produced numerous players who have gone on to have successful NFL careers. On the hardwood, the games between Howard and Hampton are also major events. Both the Pirates and Bisons have broken through against their NCAA foes, even making splashes during March Madness. Howard has been to the tourney 4 times, Hampton has broken through 6 times, and in 2001, they shocked America when, as a number 15 seed, they upset number 2 seed Iowa State. Share this video with 5 HBCU alums. Okay, enough small talk. Now, what about homecoming? Both schools have a reputation for going hard in the classroom and going equally hard when it's time to party. From legendary celebrity appearances to traditions. If you've ever been to an HU homecoming, you know the vibes. If not, each school has something for you. Howard's homecoming is more than just a tradition. It's a celebration of Black excellence, unity, and resilience. It's a time to honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire the future. Whether you're an alum, a student, or a supporter, Howard Homecoming is an unforgettable experience that captures the heart and soul of this illustrious institution. Every fall, a magical transformation takes place at Howard University. Alumni return, students unite, and the campus buzzes with an unparalleled energy. This is Howard Homecoming, an event steeped in history, tradition, and the celebration of Black excellence. Every year, it is estimated that over 100,000 people descend on Washington, D.C. just to attend the festivities at the historical institution. The tradition of homecoming at Howard dates back to the early 20th century, with the first officially recorded homecoming celebration taking place in 1924. Initially, it was a way to bring alumni back to campus, reconnect with their alma mater, and support the university's football team. Over the years, it evolved into a week-long series of events that attract thousands of participants from across the globe. The Battle of the HU football game is the centerpiece of the homecoming celebrations. Fans pack the stands to cheer on the Bison, creating an electrifying atmosphere that exemplifies school spirit and unity. Beyond the stands is the legendary Yard Fest. Walking the Yard is a huge piece of Howard tradition. Walking the Yard for alum is a form of self-care, a rekindling of the roots laid down during their formative years, and a reminder of the vibrant culture they represent. At any given time, you can see celebrities among the masses, going mostly unbothered as they fall into the crowd of Black love if they aren't performing. Past legendary performers include the Notorious B.I.G., Jay-Z, and Drake. The week continues with major cultural events like the fashion and step shows. The Crampton Auditorium, which only holds 1,500, tries to house as many of these events as possible, but good luck getting in. These events not only entertain, but also honor the university's commitment to excellence and innovation. Howard Homecoming also emphasizes giving back. Community service events, panels, and discussions on social justice and empowerment are integral parts of the week, reflecting on the university's mission to create positive change. Now, just 3 hours down south, Hampton knows how to celebrate everyone coming home too. Hampton's homecoming is more than just a tradition. It's a celebration of legacy, unity, and excellence. It's a time to honor the past, celebrate the present, and inspire the future. Whether you're an alum, student, or a supporter, Hampton Homecoming is an unforgettable experience that embodies the heart and soul of this illustrious institution. Hampton Homecoming is not just a week of festivities. It's a celebration of heritage, excellence, and unity. It's a time where the Hampton family comes together to honor their alma mater and celebrate the accomplishments of the past, present, and future. Homecoming at Hampton is renowned for its diverse and dynamic lineup of events. From the spirited football games to the elegant coronation of Miss Hampton, each activity reflects the rich culture and vibrant spirit of the university. The football game is at the heart of homecoming celebrations. Known for its competitive edge and high-energy atmosphere, the game brings together students, alumni, and fans to cheer on the Pirates. One of the biggest attractions of any Hampton homecoming is an appearance by their band, the Marching Force, or simply, The Force. Hampton's The Force consists of some of the baddest drum majors and auxiliary performances on the planet, and during homecoming, they surely put their best foot forward. And of course, Hampton fields their own Yard Fest that highlights homecoming week, featuring performances by top artists and showcasing student talent. Yard Fest is a lively celebration that captures the essence of Hampton's cultural vibrancy. Highlighted by step shows put on by Black fraternities, the yard always proves to be a place of high energy and communion for current and past students alike. The term rivalry cannot be thrown out there without the word friendly. These two historical institutions have never been enemies. They act as pillars in furthering the advancement of Black Americans. Historically, the two universities have always been allies. Howard University and Hampton University exemplify the strength and resilience of HBCUs. Through collaboration, they empower each other, enhance their educational experience, and contribute to the broader mission of uplifting the Black community. Their partnership is a testament to the enduring legacy of HBCUs and their vital role in shaping the future. Howard and Hampton share a common mission: to provide high-quality education, foster leadership, and promote social justice. Their collaborative efforts span across various domains, from academic partnerships to cultural exchanges. Academic collaboration is a cornerstone of their relationship. Both universities often participate in joint research initiatives, academic conferences, and symposiums, creating platforms for intellectual exchange and innovation. These collaborations not only enhance the academic experience for students and faculty, but also contribute to the advancement of knowledge in various fields. Cultural events and student exchanges are also integral to their partnership. Students from Howard and Hampton frequently engage in joint cultural festivals, workshops, and community service projects. These interactions foster mutual understanding, build lasting friendships, and strengthen the sense of unity within the HBCU community. The influence of Howard and Hampton extends beyond their campuses, thanks to their powerful alumni networks. Notable alumni from both universities often collaborate with various initiatives, from business ventures to social justice campaigns. Networking events and alumni associations facilitate these connections, fostering a spirit of cooperation and mutual support. Community service and social justice are central to the missions of both Howard and Hampton. Joint community service projects and social justice initiatives allow students, faculty, and alumni to work together to address pressing issues and effect positive change. These collaborative efforts amplify their impact, demonstrating the power of unity in the fight for equality and justice. The historic rivalry between Howard University and Hampton University is a dynamic and multifaceted relationship that encompasses athletic competitions, academic achievements, and cultural significance. While their competitive spirit fuels intense matchups and spirited debates, both institutions share a common mission for empowering African Americans through education and community engagement. Through collaboration, mutual inspiration, and supportive networks, Howard and Hampton continue to uplift and strengthen each other, contributing to the enduring legacy of HBCUs in the United States. But just for fun, who do you believe is the real HU?